You're listening to All of It on WNYC. I'm Allison Stewart. Since her 1998 debut, singer-songwriter Mýa has delivered era-defining hits like It's All About Me, Case of the X, and the Grammy-winning Lady Marmalade. Now she returns with her 10th studio album, Retrospect. Her first release in 8 years, it features collaborations with hip-hop heavyweights like 21 Savage, Snoop Dogg, and Too Short. The release comes on the heels of the 25th anniversary of her platinum album, Fear of Flying. Mýa joined us for a listening party for Retrospect, and she shared how the journey for this new album actually began a decade ago in 2016.
You know, it was no intention when I heard the very first track by accident, or maybe not. I was actually wrapping up my 2018 album, TKO, in the studio, and through the walls, which is very similar to how Case of the X happened, I heard a track being played, no actual top line on the song. And I walked across the hallway to ask, who is that for? Well, it's mine now, right? When they cleared the room and said, hey, this belongs to no one. So I immediately asked for a bounce of it, went into the studio, stayed there for over 24 hours, engineered it, wrote it myself, arranged it, and recorded it. And that was last year's single, Give It To You, from this album. And that's the very first record I created in 2016, in between album releases, in between tours. It wasn't until the pandemic that I decided, from my own personal experience, that I wanted to continue this lane because it brought me so much joy. And what I was literally doing to get by through each day is retreat back to my living room when I was a kid and all of the music that filled the home and wanting to bring that to the world.
How did you decide on the title of the album?
Well, my choreographer, creative director, Derek Brown, and I, we have a lot of moments that we call kikis, right? We get together in my studio and we just brainstorm on all of these wonderful ideas from music videos, etc. And he lives with my music because we literally write treatments for almost every song.
Oh, interesting.
And sometimes it's a full film, Yeah. And he actually came up with the title because in actuality it is looking back to a very special time that influenced me to sign up to do music as a career, but also one of my very first loves that I was exposed to, i.e. my mother and my father with their vinyl collections. My dad, he's a musician, songwriter, and performer as a vocalist. My mom was my first dance teacher. And Retrospect is literally taking all of your influences and the long library of pioneers of this specific sound, which I call funk, that filled my living room, and bringing it to this project. But it's also an introspective project as well. On some of the deeper records like Face to Face, Just Call My Name, or ASAP. So you get a little retro and intro.
It's interesting. What were you listening to as a child that brings you to this sound? Because I can remember sitting in my living room and listening to the Shaft theme. That was big in our house. And I had a whole dance that went with it.
We had everything. But specifically speaking about funk, there were the big bands of that time. The funk bands, Cameo, Kool and the Gang. There was Shalimar. There was O'Brien, Peaches and Herb, Tina Marie, Rick James, Prince, Vanity Six. I mean, the party was going on. I have pictures of myself in my mom's go-go boots with an afro, just in my own world. And that is what I retreated to in the pandemic. I created all of the playlists of my favorites, and it instantly brought me joy.
We're talking about the album Retrospect. My guest is Mýa. Let's listen to the first track. This is Give It To You. It features DJ and producer D Nice. He's been a fixture in New York. When did you realize he was someone that you wanted to work with?
Well, I knew that Give It To You was going to be the very first record of my album to introduce it. I was always kind of stuck on what I wanted to say because I knew it needed an intro. And there's a long intro of that song. And then I started kicking around DJ names. And, he was definitely one of them. But my manager, Londell McMillan, he mentioned D Nice's name because he's big in the culture. He's also a part of that time during the pandemic that got us all through.
For real.
And, of course, I hit him up in the DMs. Hey, we've done several events together before.
Oh, really?
And he's like, yeah, I would love to. Now, the challenge was being in the same state or city to make it happen. And it just so happened one random day. Hey, are you in LA? Yeah, I'm in LA. What type of time do you have today? And we made it happen within a small window of 2 hours that he had.
Let's listen to Give It to You.
Yeah.
It's your boy D-Nice, and welcome to Retrospect Live, as we take you on a trip through one of our favorite times, 1985. And we're digging into crates, bringing you that funk, that soul, that feel-good music. Oh, it's going down. So whether you're in your living room, getting ready for that block party, or lacing up those skates, you are certainly in the right place for all the good vibes.
Retrospect Live.
Let's do it.
You know that I'm a classy lady, but I just gotta keep it real. I wanna give it to you. You walk by, I get so elated, and I think that you should know the deal. I wanna give it to you. Whoa, ain't really my flow, but I just wanna know what it's about. Usually don't do this, but I can't help it. Feeling some overflow. You got just what I want. Everything you are, no, I can't help it. You got it. If you ask me once, I'll tell you twice. I wanna give you all my love.
You're listening to Grammy Award singer Mýa. She's here talking about her album Retrospect. You saw it. I was dancing. How important is the track, the orders of the track on the album?
Yeah. Well, the orders of the track. Well, I would say track listing is very important for me to establish what it is and where it is I want to take you. My mom is a roller skater. I wanted it to feel like Central Park outside. 4 wheels, that is.
Okay.
And that was also my childhood, so that people could feel themselves, whether it be in their living room or getting ready for a party or being outside or getting ready for those summer festivities. That's what I wanted it to feel like before we get to the deeper records and bring the party to them, you know?
Yeah.
That's the pace of the first half of the album.
How does the songwriting process work for you, especially when you're working with so many different kind of collaborators?
It's very different all of the time. There's not one process. Now, Give It to You, like I explained, happened just me in a booth by myself. Absolutely no one there. Slept overnight there because instantaneously I was moved by the music and wrote everything myself. Now, the second track, Masterpiece, we brought in a co-writer, and he was also influenced by Prince. And we just spoke about an era. Sometimes we come dressed as the character that we want to evoke.
Oh, tell me about, wait.
You know, yeah, the
I need
whole
to know about the whole
vibe,
costume.
The whole
What were you
vibe.
wearing?
Vanity 6. I remember it was all black. And even my hair was wild to one side. And it was like I was the leader of the lead singer of Vanity 6, that era. And that's how we come up with the track. Sometimes we have to be the vibe if we want to bring the vibe, and that's how the music is created. So my production partner, my guy Mars, and I, we've been working since 2015. He was born in 84. I was born in the 70s, late 70s, that is. But we grew up in the same household almost.
Yeah.
You know, our parents are both in music. And so sometimes he'll start with a track, or sometimes we'll just start with an idea. Let's take it to Minneapolis. What's the Minneapolis sound? Jam and Lewis, Prince, The Time, all of these things. And what are the girl groups of that time? Now, there's also the Rick James side. There's the Mary Jane girls. There's Tina Marie. And then we are playlisting. So he said, put together a playlist. And I did. And we vibed to it for about a week and a half, just lived in that playlist. And we had so many different references that we knew already from our childhood. And I said, these are the sounds, these are the elements, these are some of the topics that I would love to cover, but this is the essence of the body of work. And we can, you know, kind of pull ideas, but it is also a frequency. It's joyful. The ballads make you feel something.
Yeah.
It's an emotion or a feeling. And everything is a little different, you know?
A little bit.
From track to track.
Let's talk about Good to You.
Yeah.
How did you arrive at this track?
Good to You. So that one was different. I wrote the bridge on that record, but most of the record was actually already done, and I heard it when he was going through a couple of songs because the bulk of the album was actually already done. So we're missing something. I want something a little Rufus Shaka, So he says, I actually have something, but it was incomplete. And so I finished it by adding a bridge to it. Feels like Bruno Mars should be on it. But that was the process of Give It To You. I didn't start that track from scratch, but everything else we did. That was the only one that was sort of presented to me on this project.
Well, let's listen. This is good to you.
Baby, you get every bit of my love, 'cause it feels right. Ain't gotta say a word, baby, I know. Already turned it on, got a real vibe. So baby, just sit back and relax and let mama know exactly what you want. But be real nice, and you just might get what you asked for. You've been gone a while, been a long time. How about we turn it to a long night? I'm gonna be on my way. Don't wanna rush, but I don't wanna wait. Just let me know at a time and a place. It's been too long, can't wait to see your face. So let me show you how we're missing your loving. Baby, now don't it sound good to you? I know, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna show you how we're missing your loving.
My guest is singer-songwriter Mýa. She's here to talk about her new album, Retrospect. I swear, every song on this record is an earworm. It like gets in your head, and you find yourself singing it when you're getting coffee, when you're getting a glass of water.
Oh.
What's the song that sticks in your head on this record? The one that you just are like, you just find yourself singing when you're doing your laundry, when you're taking care of the dishwasher.
That is really, really fun to hear, first of all. That means that you've lived with this project a little bit. Infectious is what I definitely wanted in the approach with songwriting, to keep those, nostalgic, but also very catchy hooks. One that stands out is actually the current single. I've always felt that Just a Little Bit was really, really a throwback. It sounds familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. And it's a very memorable chorus with just a little bit repetitive throughout. So I love the vibe. I also love the balance of an OG on that record. Too short. Yeah, very unexpected, right? But I love the balance. And this is the first time he said he was rocking a suit in the music video, which just dropped today.
I watched the video.
Yeah, so that was a surprise for me.
We were kind of hoping you would say that because we have that ready to go. Let's listen to just a little bit.
Yeah.
Heard a lot of talk, baby, why you frontin'? You ain't about to hit 'cause you ain't done nothing. All I ask is you don't go wasting my time. Gotta put in that work. You probably think it's easy. Boy, you gon' learn a lot about me. I hear you, it's a lot of talk, but really though, when I'm gon' see, ooh, baby, come and drive me crazy, get right. Ooh, yeah, just a little bit. We can get this started off right. Just a little bit. Break me off, you know what I like. Just a little bit. Come see about me. Come see about me. Just a little. Ooh, baby. 9 o'clock tonight. If you're about that life.
I call that one you roll your windows down in the car. It's a nice day. Just want to, you crank it up.
Yeah, that one feels like a ride song and a skating song, yeah.
Either one.
Yeah.
Last year was the 25th anniversary of your platinum album, Fear of Flying, which really helped establish your career as an artist. What did you learn from that experience that you still use today?
Wow. The making of that project, you say? Or just in general,
the whole project. If
the
there's
era?
something from that era.
Honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah, just being very, very honest. And as yourself, as you're growing, was probably the most intimidating thing during that time from teen to 20s. Young womanhood, while you're still figuring it out and allowing yourself to make mistakes. And being honest through that, through your expression. And that's what every song on that album embodied, where I was at that moment in time. And then also knowing that there's room for growth, always. So I take that experience with, being very uncomfortable with self on the very first album as a teen, stepping out into the world with the dynamic of people knowing you, which was very odd, and learning myself as others are watching. So I think the valuable lesson is to be honest with yourself while you're creating for self within a system.
Yeah.
And being patient during that time to allow yourself to make mistakes and be imperfect. Yes.
What was something you would tell that girl that she did right at that time?
Faith to push through in uncertainty and new territory is always everything. Once you lose faith, you lose hope, and then action follows. So that is a foundational aspect that I abide by in everyday life from that point, but also now, that carries me through any and everything.
Let's listen to another song. This is ASAP, ASAP, featuring rapper 21 Savage. Tell us a little bit about this song before we hear it.
Yes, ASAP is a very vulnerable record. We know what that means, as soon as possible. So I'm calling urgency to a conversation that is much needed. There's obviously been some avoidance, but it's also a conversation with self, you know? The conversations that we sometimes have in our minds before we act upon them and bring them to surface to address whatever needs to be addressed, you know. And in this particular situation, there are things that clearly show in lyricism that something is really wrong, so far apart in the same room. Eyes don't lie, body language, all those things, reading the energy, reading and feeling the energy or the signs. That can be the first warning that a conversation must be had. I'm feeling different. You're feeling different. We can't lie about this anymore. So once again, honesty, as uncomfortable as that is and how scary that can be, to proceed and moving forward to hear something that you might not be ready to hear. There's fear. So ASAP is very vulnerable, but it's also one of those era pieces because I grew up watching roller skaters in the roller skating rink, and there was a segment that they'd have during every skating session. They'd call couples to the floor. It was called couple skate. They dim the lights. Maybe it's an East Coast thing, but in all of these beautiful colors, and I saw the synergy between two people, and they were only adults, you know, and that inspired me to create a record like that, but where we're really saying and bringing to the forefront real life things, you know, not everything is peachy keen and love. And it can be tricky. So once again, the first sign of moving forward, whether it's left or right, is communication and honesty.
Let's listen to ASAP from Mýa.
We gotta have this conversation. The only problem is communicating. If we don't do this, then we might not make it. See, I want us to grow, ain't trying to be complacent. So far apart in the same room. Eyes don't lie, I know you feel it too. I can see it's been on your mind. Things are just not the same. I can feel the changes. I swear we gotta talk and we gotta ASAP. ASAP, ASAP. We both messed up, now we're way off track. ASAP, ASAP. It ain't got long if I'm crying like that. ASAP, ASAP. I swear we gotta talk, baby, hit me ASAP. ASAP, ASAP.
We get into it, you bring up the past like I don't buy you presents.
Mýa, you've witnessed so many shifts in the music industry. What changes have empowered you as an artist, and which ones have been the most difficult to navigate?
That's a really great question. The changes that have empowered me, I'll start there, is obviously social media. I came out during a time of cassette tapes.
Remember those? Remember those?
In stores, record stores, physical copies of everything, CDs. And now we're in a streaming digital world. But there's also social media, which did not exist at all. And it's been a beautiful thing for me to witness, but also connect with, to promote my projects or self-made tours or self-assembled tours or anything, connecting with fans in another way, or supporters is what I call them, to find out what it is that they want, where they are in life, to create something around that, to test records first prior to investing and reading the room. And that's been very helpful for me as I craft my independent projects, as a lot of us kind of, what I say, grew up together in my live performances. And knowing your demographic, that's been very helpful. The cons, I would just say the rapid pace of the world and society because of the technological age that we live in. There's always a new platform. There's always a new piece of technology. I can't even keep up with the next phone that's coming out. You know, my niece has to teach me. She's 17. And these kids are putting us to shame. Like, they know a lot more about tech than I do. And so I feel a little deprived and behind or uneducated when it comes to technology. And they are doing it so well. So one of the things that I've realized that I'm not good at is just letting things be really raw and real and authentic with no thought in posting it. That's so difficult for me because I come from an age where everything had to be perfect and refined, and we're in editing sessions for weeks and months before we release it to the universe versus, this angle is horrible, but I'm going to post it anyways.
You're going to post it anyways, just the way it goes.
I'm not good at that.
The new album is Retrospect. It has been my pleasure to speak with Grammy-winning singer and songwriter Mýa.
Belongs to you, and you're stressed and tired. Let me ease your mind, Anytime you need love, just call me, baby. It's alright. I won't give your love away. On my mind.
And that is all of it for today. Coming up on the show tomorrow, author Megha Mujumdar discusses her acclaimed new novel, A Guardian and a Thief, plus a new installment of our American History Fridays, this time with a deep dive into the life of groundbreaking Black writer Paul Laurence Dunbar. I'm Allison Stewart. I appreciate you listening, and I appreciate you. I'll meet you back here next time.